If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way, you'll be in the loop. I promise you, family, this is going to be an interesting post. Very interesting commentary. Family, this is wild. Okay, so let me get some shots out right quick. Who we got? Bo, what up, Bo? I see Joyce. What up, Joyce Du Bois? Is that Boyce or Bose? No, that's Bose. Joyce Du Bois. Let's see Wayne. I see Richmond in the building. Charles from Richmond. Angela. Isaac. What's up, Isaac? Angela Datnack. Teresa. H-Town in the building. What's up, Tiana? Choo choo. That reminds me, I got a homie named Chewy I gotta reach out to. I ain't heard from Chewy in a minute. That's what I do, I check on my people. You dig what I'm saying? Let's see, Barry Lou, what is it, Barry Lewis, what's up, Barry? T. Martin. Who is that, Cass? What's up, Cass? Isaac Acevedo, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. What's up, Jamie? All right, fam, I'm going in. Donald Trump, your president, don't like the fact that Americans are taking off so many days for holidays. He wants the American workforce on the job. Donnie put up a post today on Juneteenth of all days, the day that Black people in America was officially recognized as free. Emancipation. Yeah, man, coincide with emancipation. Out of all of the frivolous holidays in America, I mean, some of the holidays don't make no sense. Some of the holidays are just outright lies, recognizing thieves, murderers. He picked Juneteenth to say that America has too many days off. We're celebrating too many holidays. He shared this post on his Truth Social, which should really be called Lie Social. The dude said it's too many non-working holidays in America. It is costing our country billions of dollars to keep all of these businesses closed. And the workers don't want it either. You know, I was thinking, and I said to myself, if there is a holiday that we should get rid of, what would it be? Let me look up something real quickly, right? Because I want to make sure that I'm not tripping. I want to pull up something real fast. I want to make sure I'm not tripping. I can tell you straight off the bat, fam. If I could get rid of any holiday, just for starters, I would get rid of Columbus Day, because that's where the lie starts. See, it's just like being in a relationship. If you start a relationship off with a lie, you're going to end the relationship with a lie. The lies are going to become so pervasive in the relationship that the entire relationship is going to be built. The foundation of the relationship is going to be built on a lie. And that's what happened to America. The foundation is built on a lie. Columbus ain't discovered a god thing. Nothing. This holiday should have never been enacted. It should have never started from the jump. Now, as Americans, we all have enough information now. Maybe when we were younger, we didn't know any better. We were kids, we didn't know. We just celebrate because they say celebrate. But now that we all know, everybody know, Columbus ain't discovered a damn thing. It's time for that day to go. Columbus Day got to go. If America is ever to have some real integrity, like real respect, to ever be trusted, some real credibility, it's got to start righting its wrongs. These lies, you can keep telling the lies, but now you can't force them on people. It's too much information. We're in the information age. That internet opened it wide up. You can't hide it on CNN no more. You know, you can't hide it on Fox and ABC, CBS, NBC, MSNBC. You can't hide it. People don't have to wait to see what's happening on the big networks anymore. You can't hide it in the books. Can't pick and choose. Can't pick and choose now. It's too much information. It's too many information avenues. Columbus Day got to go. Here's another holiday that got to go. Since he started it, let's get rid of President's Day. These motherfuckers got a day every day of the year. We see they ugly asses all day, every day, on TV, in movies. They're in the newspapers, they're on the internet. You see the damn president of the United States all day, every day. Their asses got a day every day. They got to go. President's Day got to go. We don't need no damn President's Day. Got President's Day every damn day. They being celebrated every damn day. It's the most coveted job in the United States. It's celebrated daily. You don't need it. Let's start right there. Now here are some of these other days. We can get rid of Christmas. We can get rid of Thanksgiving. We can get rid of. No, we can't get rid of Thanksgiving. People be cooking on Thanksgiving too good. I be stopping by people's house and get that good meal. Listen, but I tell you what, I'm willing to sacrifice Thanksgiving for the greater good for the people, for the collective. I'll sacrifice Thanksgiving. I'll do it. I'll sacrifice it because we know it's a pagan holiday. We know the true history behind Thanksgiving, what it's really about. And it ain't really about it ain't really about Thanksgiving. It's nothing nice and family oriented about it. It leads to a bloody path. Yeah, man. But check out some of the more frivolous holidays in this country. National Cupcake Day. Now, it's not a federal holiday, but it's a National Cupcake Day. Sweetest Day. National Pet Day. I'm surprised they haven't made that a federal holiday. I am very surprised. You know, people in this country, they love pets more than they love human beings. Boss's Day. National Hot Dog Day. Valentine's Day. Now, Valentine's Day is controversial because okay, hear this. If the love is real, you don't need an overpriced, pressure-filled Hallmark card or gift to prove your love. You don't need all of that. Now, I will say this. See, because right now with Valentine's Day, it becomes more about, you know, boxes of chocolate, flowers, reservations, you know, hotel reservations, flight reservations, restaurant reservations. It becomes more about reservations and buying stuff and stuff that diminishes, like, you know, it becomes more about that than actual, like, real love. I'm gonna tell you what I think about Valentine's Day. I think Valentine's Day should be, if you're gonna have Valentine's Day, I would say rework Valentine's Day so that the people the lovebirds, find ways to communicate better with one another. Like, find your peace with your partner. Work on yourself, you know, work on your mental health. Work on the intangibles, you know, like generosity, you know, words of affirmation, understanding, getting to know your partner, learn something about your partner that you did not know. Some of us have been in relationships for 30 years, and there's still certain things about our partners we don't know because we haven't bothered to ask. Am I cooking? Am I cooking yet? Okay. Did y'all know they had a National Selfie Day? They got a National Selfie Day. National Selfie. They got a National Donut Day. Cyber Monday. If you're just not joining, fam, Donald Trump, your president, has made a statement today on Juneteenth of all days. This dude fixed his mouth to say that there are too many non-working holidays in America. It is costing our country billions of dollars to keep all of these businesses closed. Out of all days, he could have said it. He could have waited till tomorrow to say that. He could have said it yesterday. He could have said it on Columbus Day, the biggest lying-ass holiday of all time. Columbus Day is the biggest lying holiday in the history of civilization. But he wait and see here that's another like it's another sign of how insensitive he is to the black plight. He don't give a damn about offending you. He don't care nothing about throwing salt in wounds. I think New Year's Eve is good because New Year's Eve, it gives you, it invokes that energy of change, right? A new chapter in your life, right? It's a new year, fresh start. You have resolutions that you normally don't stick to, but you make these resolutions and stuff. It's a time for reflection, right? Night before, it's time for reflection, resolutions, a new start. So I think New Year's Eve is a pretty good holiday. I think that's a good holiday. That's a pretty good one. I think Martin Luther King Day, that's a good one. That's a good one, and it's a much needed one because Martin Luther King was so violent, and we live in Martin Luther King was nonviolent, and we live in such a violent culture. We live in a very violent country, and we need some balance in this country. Somebody like Martin Luther King would have been an asset had he been alive, but his spirit is an asset. What he stood for is an asset. And so we have the information and instructions because of him. And so I think that is a very good holiday. If you want to recognize someone, I think that because it goes beyond just his name and what he did, it's about what he stood for. Peace. Yeah. Boy, we need some peace right now, man. Whoo, man, the world is on fire. It's on fire. I already said we can get rid of President's Day. Memorial Day, U.S. personnel, U.S. Military personnel that have died. Okay. That would be good if the country really, really celebrated, like really, really cared about veterans, like they act like they do when there's a game. You know how when there's a game, they bring them out at halftime or they bring them out before the game start and they roll them out on the wheelchair. They barely can walk up there and they say, we're recognizing from the 21st infantry, such and such and such and such. And everybody like, ah. And then when they see them walk by, they just thank you for your service, thank you for your service, thank you for your service. And then the person go out and go to bed on a park bench. Go up to the Veterans Hospital and you can't get in. You got your leg blown off and you can't get your goddamn benefits. But they love to celebrate. They'll talk about the veterans. Thank you for service. This is all a game, man. It's a game. Playing on our emotions. Independence Day can go. They can get rid of that. Absolutely, they can get rid of that. Independence Day ain't good. The 4th of July is good for nothing but barbecue. That's it. It's an excuse to have a barbecue. And it ain't even that important if you can't find some good barbecue. I don't know what's going on, man, but we have more and more experience with barbecuing, and some people just can't barbecue to this day. I don't understand it. There should be no reason why you should not be able to find good barbecue on the 4th of July. Labor Day. Being off on Labor Day is an oxymoron. The name itself implies that you actually work. Labor means to work. So that don't even make sense. Labor Day. But the idea of it is to, celebrate all the workers who were part of the labor movement, the labor movement. So Labor Day, right? Yeah. So anyway. Also, to recognize the unofficial end to the summer. Now, Christmas, I'm going to tell you something, fam. I think Christmas should be done away with. Christmas should be done away with. It's too much pressure on poor people. Christmas is too much pressure on poor people. Way too much pressure. Christmas should be done away with. In this country, we have Christmas is so ingrained in our brains to come through for the kids, get gifts and stuff, that if we ain't got it, we try to find a way to beg, borrow, and steal to get it. Just to put a smile on the kid's face, because everybody else is getting gifts, so you want your kid to have a gift. You don't want your kid to be left out. So even if you got laid off, even if money is tight, you ain't got it. You out there robbing Peter to pay Paul, literally. You're borrowing money that you can't pay back. Sometimes, if you're really, really desperate, you go out and you commit a crime. Trying to take something, trying to sell something to get money for gifts. It's way overrated. I stopped with the whole Christmas crazy madness when my kids were grown, once my kids got grown. But I was already weaning myself off of it. When I first started getting money though, fam, woo, man. When I first started getting money, man, I was Santa Claus for the block in the neighborhood. I used to buy gifts. First of all, my kids had whatever they wanted, but outside of that, my nephews and nieces, everybody, my nieces and nephews. And here's another thing. So I would buy my kids automatic, my woman, boom, and sisters, brothers, their children. But then you start trying to figure out, mama, daddy, but then you try to start figure out, what do you cut off at? Do you cut it off at your sisters and your brothers? Or do you're close to your aunts and uncles, so do you get your uncles and aunts something? And if you get your uncles and aunts something, do you get their kids something? And you buy your sister kids something, but she just hooked up with this dude who got 2 kids, but they don't live together, but the kids come around, so you buy them something too, But anyway, I used to buy so many gifts, man. I used to have a truck full of gifts. And for years, I would come into the neighborhood. First of all, after I give everybody their gifts, I would go into the neighborhood and I would ride around and look for kids who did not have toys, who were not playing with toys. And you knew they didn't get anything for Christmas, because all the kids would go outside and play with their toys in my neighborhood, Fifth Ward. They go out in the neighborhood and play with their toys. They get toys, they go outside and they play with them. So if you see a kid outside playing and they don't have a toy, they're not playing with a toy, more than likely they didn't get anything for Christmas. So I would hop out, knock on the door, tell the mama, daddy what I'm there for, and I would just pull out a bicycle. Boom, here you go. You know, pull out a PlayStation or something. Boom, here you go. Anything, whatever I had that might fit, the kid, I would, give it to, the parents so they could give it to the kid. So, and I would, I got to a point to where I started making it look like I was delivering the gift for the parents. So I would come up, knock on the door, talk to the parents, and I let them know, hey, you come get it and you give it to them. And boom, I did that for like years and years and years. But the reason why I stopped, celebrating Christmas like that is because people would, it was too much of a hoopla. Like, you go in, you buy these, first of all, you got these long lines, traffic jams, you're trying to figure out what to buy, how much to spend, you don't want to spend too much on this person because this person going to find out you spent that much money and they're going to be mad about it. So you got to try to, and then you got to wrap every gift. You're wrapping all of these gifts. You're trying to wrap all these gifts. And you're spending, anywhere from $5 to, $20 to wrap a gift that somebody just gonna rip the wrapping off and throw it in the trash. It just, I just got to a point to where it just didn't make sense to me anymore. And but what I do now though is that when Christmas roll around, I'll still buy my son and daughter something. But what I'll do is I'll buy them stocks or cryptocurrency. That's what I do. I don't just give them money. I buy them stocks in cryptocurrency and then send it to them. That's how I do it now. I don't just wait. Let me back up. I'll buy them a gift, and I'll send them stocks in crypto. That's how I do it. So they got a total of 11 federal holidays where federal employees get the day off. And most banks, post offices, and government buildings are closed. Yeah, but Trump got some nerve. He got some nerve. Gonna wait till Juneteenth to talk about how frivolous holidays are. How we need to get rid of some of these holidays. He gonna wait till Juneteenth. Now fam, check this out. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. I'm really not a fan of the Juneteenth holiday. I'm really not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it at all. I recognize it, but I don't think we have to have a holiday to recognize something, I don't think we have to have a holiday to recognize it, Not the Juneteenth. And the reason why, I think one of the biggest reasons why I have an issue with it is because it was a token. They gave us a token. It was a symbolic gesture given to us at a time when we needed a lot more from our elected officials. We needed a lot more, and they gave us Juneteenth to make us think they did something for us, that they did us a favor. And I think that's why I got a bad taste in my mouth about the date, Other than that, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But the fact that they gave us Juneteenth and they were over there dancing and all that old kind of stuff, and thinking like they really did something for us. Like, I ain't like that, man. How about some doggone reparations, man? I want some reparations. That's right. I want some reparations. Some people say we're not going to get reparations. That's a lie. I can guarantee you reparations are going to come. You know, some people thought that we would never have freedom. You know, it was a whole lot harder to free black people than it would be to give us reparations. Remember, fam, it was really hard to end slavery. But people thought slavery would never end. Never. That was like, that ain't never gonna happen. It's too much money in it, right? Way too much money in it. But it happened. And that's why I know reparations is gonna happen. You know, reparations will happen. It's gonna happen. Maybe not in our lifetime, but reparations is coming. I can guarantee you that. Reparations is coming. And I hope so. Hopefully somebody snatch up this video or something else I said and put it out there for the future and let people know he said it. Reparations is going to happen in this country. One way or the other, reparations is going to happen. And it might not, and I'm not even saying it's going to come in a way that it's going to be peaceful. I'm not saying it's going to come in a way that it's going to be given to us. The most likely way that it's going to come is that we take it. Yeah. Now, I know some of y'all saying, well, how that's going to happen? That ain't going to never happen. Man, you don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. It's a whole lot of people be thinking that stuff going to happen this way or that will happen, you know, because they got this power, they got that. Man, stuff be happening totally different. Mess around and happen in a total different way. Yeah, I totally believe reparations is going to happen. You got some black folks be like, man, I don't need no reparations, man. I work for what I want. You fool. Your ancestors are owed a debt because your ancestors are not here to collect that debt. By default, the debt is yours to collect. The debt don't go away because they die. It is a debt owed. Reparations is a debt owed. It's not a loan. It's not welfare. It's not a handout. Reparations is not a handout. It ain't a stimulus check. Reparations is a debt owed. And I want it. I want it. T. Brook, what up? Sean Lunatic, what's up? What's up, Mike? Mike. Erica Smith, what it do? Is that Laterio? Latero. DJ. Yo, DJ E. Earls. And fam, check this out. And I'm not just talking about reparations for slavery. I'm talking about reparations for all the land they stole also. I'm talking about land that black people worked for, that black people bought. And elected officials, along with the Ku Klux Klan and corporations and goons, went in and systematically stole from black people. All over this country, they stole land. All over this country, stolen land. Ran them off, threatened to kill people, to kill family members, wipe them out. All over this land. Everywhere, in any direction you look in, black people have had land stolen from them in this country. In any direction you look. In any part of this country you can eyeball, black people have had land stolen. So we want that reparations for that too. Reparations for the Tuskegee experiment. Reparations for Tulsa. Reparations for Houston, for what they did in Houston in 1900. Reparations. Reparations for, the neighborhoods all throughout, not neighborhoods, but townships all throughout America, where you had black people doing very well who were governing themselves, where they owned hotels, markets, they owned they owned grocery stores, they owned cleaners, hospitals, schools, self-sufficient and independent, and they hated on them. Went in and killed them, took it, ran them out. So what they have, fam, they have a history of creating chaos and then playing the victim or the hero. And they get to pick which side they want to be on and at what convenience level. They just switch codes whenever they feel like it. Sometimes they feel like a nut, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they feel like a victim, sometimes they feel like a hero, depending on which role they want to play. Reparations now, reparations tomorrow, reparations forever. Reparations. What's this number one y'all putting up? Yes, sir. What are y'all putting up? What's number one about? What's this one about? Am I missing something? Okay, one for standing for reparations. Okay, I get it. All right, when y'all started that? I missed out on something. I must have been asleep. I missed the memo. Y'all see how I asked that question though, fam? I ain't be if it's be stupid trying to figure it out, trying to act like I know. No, let me know what does that one stand for? I'm the student that used to be in the classroom that would ask the question. I was a question asking mother. Boy, I'd be, man, I didn't understand something. Yes, Dennis. Yeah. So, what does? Well, I want to know what it means, man. I want to know what's up. I got to know. Mac B, what up? Sugar Daddy Williams. Carla Tate, what's up? Is that Stardust? Release. Okay, fam, that's my time. I appreciate y'all doing live. Actually, I was on here longer than I anticipated. I really just wanted to come in here and just, you know, just smash that boy face in. Anyway, fam, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Until next time, fam, unless there's breaking news tonight, I'll see y'all tomorrow. No more talk.